from the Father will make it clear. I see laughter, I see sorrow, I see courage here. Someone sheds a tear. Has it ended here? He will calm our fears. I see Jesus here. Someone sheds a tear. Has it ended here? He will calm our fears. I see Jesus here. I see Jesus here. I see Jesus here.
I can see them as being committed Christians working in and through their churches. I don't really want to see any one of them stand out more than the others. I don't want to see them in public office. I don't want to see them in the newspapers. I just want to see them working quietly.
As individuals.
As individuals.
Good evening. Tonight I'm reading from Philippians 1, verses 3 through 11. I thank my God every time I remember you. In all my prayers for you, I always pray with joy because of your partnership in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of this, that he who began a good work in you will carry it out to completion until the day of Christ Jesus. It is right for me to feel this way about all of you, since I have you in my heart. For whether I'm in chains or defending and confirming the gospel, all of you share in God's grace with me. God can testify how I long for you with the affection of Christ Jesus. And this is my prayer, that your love may abound more and more in knowledge and depth of insight, so that you may be able to discern what is best and may be pure and blameless until the day of Christ Jesus, filled with the fruit of righteousness that comes through Jesus Christ, to the glory and praise of God. Within our class, there are many differences. Some are obvious and others are more subtle. Some people are perfectionists, while others are more laid back. Some of us play basketball or volleyball or soccer, while others of us prefer wrestling, cheerleading, or track. Just ask Mr. Quinn about all the discussions we had about predestination in Bible class. We've had many discussions about this and other things, as Ms. Somerville already said. But beyond our differences, we have a unity that is described in Philippians. Paul speaks of a partnership in the gospel and promises that we will share in God's grace. I've seen these Christ-like qualities in my classmates on several occasions, like when we had devotions on Myrtle Beach late one night, or when someone needs an extra quarter for a library thing, someone is always quick to give it to them. And when you're having a bad day, a hug is not hard to find. I pray now, as we graduate from Lansing Christian, that our love abounds more and more in knowledge and in insight, because God's love through us has and will go deeper than any of our differences.
I've been thinking for a long time about what I wanted to say tonight. I've talked with several friends and each had their own idea, but nothing really struck me. My manager at work, Brian, told me that I should encourage my classmates to follow their dreams. Now is the time in our lives that we can do whatever we want to do. We can decide the course of our lives in the next few years. I agreed with Brian to a point. It is a good time to search and find what paths our lives will take, but not to the extent for which Brian was saying. At first it seemed rather selfish But the more I thought about it, isn't that the way most of the world thinks today? It is my life, and I can do whatever I want to do. As a Christian, I know that my life must be based on God and His will for it. In the past few months, I've come across similar views as what Brian shared with me. At a leadership conference at Alma College, I was taught that the quality of a leader is to have followers, and the only way you can have followers is if you think of yourself first and others later. I've been taught and witnessed in my own life and in the lives of others that to be a leader for God, you must serve others. These situations have helped me come to appreciate the quality education I received at Lansing Christian. Throughout these past 13 years, I've been taught, encouraged, and counseled. Values have been instilled in me which will last throughout the remainder of my life. I will never forget Miss Somerville gently reminding me, rise above, keep a-going, leaders serve. That will remain in my memory to spur me on towards excellence. I thank God that He has shown me how essential growing up in a Christian environment is. Now as I go out on my own and begin to experience the real world, I will recall the support and encouragement the school has given me. Being involved in the school play and being a class officer has not only taught me responsibility, it has brought me closer to my teachers and to my friends. They are the people who have been constantly encouraging and supporting me throughout my whole high school years. Although my friends and I have had our share of quarrels, anger, and tears, we always manage to pull through it. They keep me in line. They are always willing to listen. I don't think that I could have found better friends anywhere else in this whole world. Each of my teachers is also very supportive. They care about me and how my life is going, and they want me to succeed. Their concern for my well-being is so important to me. My teachers are my friends. These lessons, challenges, blessings, heartache and tears, the good times and the bad, have all prepared me for what's in my future.
What do you see for them?
Having had the class as juniors in Bible, we talked often about what I saw as their roles and what my goals were for them. And I expect to see them 10, 15 years from now, read about them as being leaders in their communities and their local churches that will go beyond their 9-to-5 job.
Each class at our school has 2 class sponsors. And I believe since our freshman year we had Miss Somerville, and we've gone through, I think, one each other year, so we have not had any consistency. But this year, except for Miss Somerville, of course. But this year, Mr. Halleck stepped in and filled the position very well. We all admire him greatly, and we respect him, and he's encouraged us a lot, strengthened each and every one of us. And as a token of our appreciation, we'd just like to present him with a little gift.
What can you say about Miss Somerville that hasn't already been said? She's always there encouraging us and uplifting us, and she's always willing to chat. She's always helping us out. And I don't know how we would have made it through this 4 years without her by our sides. She's really unified our class, and we just love her so much.
Changing, seasons come and seasons go.